as you can see, I'm doing lunch. I woke up this morning feeling pretty darn good. Joe went to the auction all the way in Anaheim. Joe, what happened when you got there, baby? What's up with the little car?
Yeah, the little car looks good and everything. It started up, the engine sounds good.
Uh-huh.
But when I put it in gear...
What did you hear?
Just keep slamming.
What did the computer say, the little scanner you take with you? Something transmission 0700 code, right?
Right.
That means transmission issues, guys. And with us, it's never just going to be a sensor. It's always going to be change the whole darn transmission. And as you guys can see, transmission can go from $450 to $750 plus the labor, about $300 labor. So anywhere from about $700 to $1,000 to put in a new transmission. And if you buy the car for even $6 plus the fees, oh my God, that car is already expensive, you know?
No worth it.
So Joe checked out a Blazer, right, Joe, or an Explorer? A Blazer? A Blazer again? What was the problem on that?
Transmission.
Transmission again. So it seems like this location in Anaheim, which they call the LA location, just has a bunch of duds. So I told him, come on back home, don't waste your time there. Check the computer again to see what's happening in Fontana for tomorrow. So he's going to go check out a few cars. I'm not getting excited about any of them yet because the MMR on them is kind of high. Right, Joe? They're kind of high. So he says he thinks he sees more things to buy for us to sell. Joe, is your head being cut off, babe? You're good? Than for, Jada. But you can never tell when you get out there. There are things that they didn't put up on the computer yet. Yeah. So Friday is the day that we go to State Farm to have them inspect the Tahoe, and that's when they'll assess the damage and write us a check. I am really praying and hoping that that check is big enough to cover us buying a little car for Josh, and then maybe use the leftovers to fix the Tahoe, over at the new guy, Walter. When I woke up this morning, like I said, I felt good. I came in here and I had Jory pull out the fridge because I looked on the left-hand side of the fridge right there, and it was so dirty, like the dirt was coming up the side of the fridge. So I had him pull it out before he left, and I cleaned out the sides, I cleaned out the back part, I brushed off that, what do you call that? Is that like a filter or just a cover for, it's just a cover, right, Joe?
Cover.
Just a cover so that dust won't get in the fridge, right? And I cleaned off all of that, and I got a stepping stool, and I climbed up to change my shrink wrap on top of the fridge. Lord have mercy, let me tell you, I started to have some issues. I didn't know what it was. I started to like tremble. I was like, what is this? So I got down from there, and I had Jada rub my neck, and I feel like I have a crook in my neck. So I've just been resting all day. And I did change the shrink wrap up there. I got some help, and I changed it. Can you guys see that? Let's see. No, they can't see it. Let's see. Hold on, Joe.
Kind of tilted.
Is that good? Still not yet.
No.
There? Can you guys see that? I put my fall stuff up there, my little fake fruits, my little fake pumpkin. So I'm ready for recording for the fall.
So
She's taking all your computer. See, that's why he needs these type of pans. You gotta take all his parts. Where's your phone? In your case? The phone laying at the scabbard? You're not gonna lose that, are you? That the wires that you're putting in there. It just seems like it's something that would slide out of you.
Why did I even use this stuff?
Okay, so the pocket's deep? Oh, you said that thing was better. I told you to give that thing a week. You up there hanging like a monkey off them bars.
That's right in here. That's right in here.
Okay. Alright, babe, I'm gonna go ahead and do my stuff, but I'm gonna eat lunch before you though. Because I had breakfast like at 6:30, so hot out here right now.
Huh?
You know the AC came on like 3 times last night at 79?
It's hot.
Alright, babe.
Alright.
I did a bad thing. Wanna know what I did? I ate a big piece. At first it was a little piece. Then it was a big piece. But it was a serving. It was a serving. I don't know what the serving is. I'm just going to put it at 500 calories and be done.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That thing that I'm editing right now that you might see tonight at the cooking channel, the Oreo cookie, whatever that layered dessert is. Oh my God. That thing. I only ate like a nibble that day on the show, and I didn't eat the rest, of what was on my plate. So I saw it in the fridge just now and it looked so tempting. And Joshua wasn't there to say, Mom, don't. Joshua's in his room. So I ate it. Oh my God, it was so good. It's something that's going to go on the menu for Thanksgiving this year. It has to. I wish that I would have guests. But you know what? I told Joshua I'll make a smaller one. That one's big. We don't have to make a big one. We've got to be gluts. So I have Joshua here because I did a post yesterday on Facebook. And so one of my YouTube followers, or maybe he's just a Facebook friend, because this is my business Facebook, so I don't know everybody here. This guy came back and answered me, and we went kind of tit for tat. I wouldn't say we were fighting, but Jada said we were fighting. I was being very educational. So I said, I get so angry when I hear pastors say, Trump can't do anything God doesn't allow him to do. For real? God is not in control of anything except the consequences of our obedience or disobedience. He gave us free will. Yep. And would never go back on his word to take that away from us. These evangelical pastors used their free will to persuade and scare their members to vote for Trump. I know, because I was in the church the Sunday before Elections Day when the pastor of the church I used to attend was doing that.
You were there as used to.
Yeah, but now that he's scaring them, I could see the pastor got mad when Trump called the football players SOBs, because he knew what that meant. They come up with this foolishness about God is still in control and Trump can only do what he allows. Oh, you guys don't. I feel hot behind my ear when I hear that, okay? God is only in control of your situation when you give him control. You know, there's always a caveat to everything, right? God does not respond to needs. If he did, then no one in the world would need.
We're
all
all
right?
millionaires.
Yeah. God only responds to seeds and expectation. All right? I am so grateful I can read and understand the word for myself so no one can snow me. And that's what I put, because I was really getting worked up with, you know, what the pastors are saying. So Sugar came back and said, I wish I could share this. I'm glad he gives you the understanding of his word. I don't know why she couldn't share it, because I know sometimes there's not a share button. And I think Facebook probably manipulates that, because I certainly did not set it up that way. And as if you can see there on my phone, somewhere right here, there is a share. So I don't know if it didn't pop up with share for Sugar, because sometimes I see people post things and it doesn't pop up, you know, as a share. So this guy came at me, and I could tell from his picture he's an older guy. He's probably Seventh-day Adventist or something, because they get really pious from time to time. They bug me sometimes. And it says, Dear Barbar. And I'm saying Barbar because he has an accent over the first A. Acento sobre la primera A. That's what this...
It's in Spanish?
No, he didn't say it in Spanish, but he wrote my name in Spanish. Why would you put an accent over that A? I know you have a good heart and good intentions. Joshua doesn't know what this man said, okay, so I have him in here as my little go-to.
New to me.
But you are a little off on this issue. Y'all know I woke out of my sleep to deal with this fool, right?
Is that what you were doing last night? I saw her like half asleep.
Why do you think I asked you? Why do you think I asked you to come sit here, Josh? Then he put in capital letters, God is in control of everything. I said, what? This does not mean that he approves everything, including the actions of Trump. No, that right there is stupid, what he just said. How can he be in control of everything, but he doesn't approve of everything?
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense to me. He allows men their free choices. Okay, we agree on that. For which ultimately they will have to give an account. We agree on that. If you do not believe this, you will be saying that men can do some things and God cannot do anything about it. That's exactly what I said, though.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said. He can't do anything about it.
What's going on with the people murdering people and all that?
Right, right. And let me go back. Let me change one word in here. He says cannot do anything about it. It's not that God can't be in control. God is God. And you know what? If you are atheist, I'm cool with you too, okay? Because I really do understand the heart of an atheist. You know, especially the atheists that I know in my life. So if you don't believe anything about God, it's okay. You don't have to put any comments at my thing here, okay? We're not trying to argue those type of points. I'm talking to believers
Even
right
if
now.
you're an atheist, just don't be a jerk to people. It'll be fine.
Well, that's true, but I don't want an atheist to feel like, oh, I'm going to come here and give all this philosophical thing about why there's no God yet. I'm talking to believers right now in this thing here. And so it's not that God can't take control. He can. He's God. He's all powerful, all knowing, all everything. He refuses to take control because of free will. You know, God, what the scriptures say, God is not a man that he should lie, and he's not the son of man that he should repent. You know, so whatever he says, you know, he sticks by it. You know, he cannot lie. That's the one thing God can't do, is lie. So for him to go back and take back free will would mean he's a liar. All right? So it's not about cannot. It's that he won't. He won't take control. And he says, where are we now? He allows men their free choices for which ultimately they will have to give an account. We said that already, right? It is true that some pastors say nonsense, but believe me on this one. Who is you again? God is in control of the stairs of mankind. I don't know what that means, the stairs. Trump can only do what God allows, but this does not mean that God approves of it. Oh, God. Shoot me.
What kind of half a word is that? Where like
shoot me.
Like that's he keeps contradicting himself.
Exactly, and that's how pastors do it. That's why Jory said, you know, we could get into some money making scheme and be a pastor.
I'm sorry, but I think almost all of them are con.
And rock it and get some money and run. But then, you know, we're gonna have to be held accountable. And so I said, God only controls the rewards and the punishments of our actions. That's why he constantly says, if in his word. Remember we went through that already? If you do XYZ, you're going to be blessed. If you do ABC, you're going to be cursed. It says if. If means you got a choice. You got a choice to do it or not do it. You know what I mean? So I said, if means I have free will. This is what I wrote at, what time was it, Joshua? 3 o'clock in the morning? 1 o'clock in the morning? Okay, I must have went through my first cycle of sleep and woke up and saw this bull crap then. I think I didn't turn on the volume of the phone. I might have heard the chime, but I still... Huh?
Hold on. Two.
I still had the presence of mind to answer this fool though.
I saw
you. You know, I was kind of out of it last night because I was trying to upload that stupid video. It just got uploaded, by the way, the vlog from last night. Yeah, and I don't know what was going on with the computer. I'm going to have Josh take a look at it in a minute. But Joshua, she fat, right?
I think that's why she wears all these flowing clothes that look really bad on her.
No, I mean, she could have worn like a pencil skirt.
Yeah.
And still look good because she's not like obese. We're talking about Shania Twain.
Body-wise, she doesn't look bad. I don't know why she's wearing this ugly outfit.
Yeah, this loose pants where the crotch is all the way down to her knee.
It looks like the thing you sleep in.
Like
pajamas.
PJs.
Looks
Yeah.
like pajamas. Yeah.
Just the thing you sleep in.
We don't have pajamas, so it's just it's not.
I have nightgowns. And so it says, I'm saying, if means I have free will, but how I use that free will bring benefits or curse. So no, dear man, you can never convince me that Trump can only do what God allows, but he doesn't approve of it. Trump is doing what weak people allow him to do, and God is looking and booking, all right? He taking notes. All who allow his actions to continue will be held accountable to God, including men of cloth who are clearly in it for their own gain. Like I said in my post, God can only take control when we give him control, and most people are too cocky or lazy to do that. My cousin Cindy woke up at 5 in the morning, New York time, and go, well said, cuz, well said. And then Seth came to my rescue too, and Seth went off. But we don't want to read all the other stuff. I want to get back into this man again, and I'm not going to read this whole crap right here. I'm just going to start the first paragraph.
Wait, how long did this go?
Barbara, like 2 more rounds? Jeez. I think you are misunderstanding me. I think we might be saying the same things.
No, Mom's not contradicting herself.
Okay. God rules in the affairs of men. Let me explain. We have free will. God does not dictate our actions. We make the choices. Well, that's what I'm saying.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying, right? He allows us to make those choices, though we may not, though he may not agree with it. In this way, he's in control.
What? What? Mom, you're arguing with a lunatic.
So that's why I'm not going to read the rest, because he goes and gives scriptures as to why Balaam and Jonah and yada yada. And so you're right when you state God controls the rewards and punishment of our actions, because no man can determine this. Okay. Jada says, why doesn't he just lap his tail and go back to bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this continued in the morning, like around 6 o'clock. The fighting continued at 2 o'clock then. And I'm like, this man is crazy. And that's how the pastors are.
Mm-hmm.
They'll tell you, like I see the pastor will talk to young people in their early 20s or maybe just out of teenhood and say, you must marry before you fornicate because you're going to burn. You're going to burn. The burn is not burning in hell that the Bible talks about. The burn is burn with desire, And it's like, then 2 seconds later or 2 services later, they'll come back and go, young people, don't spend your youth. Don't get married too young. Get on fire and get your degree and do something for God and then marry. I was like, okay, what? What do you want these people to do? They're confused, so.
I wonder why.
Anyway, the Bible says, train up a child in a way that he will go and he will not depart from it. These kids are trained. They went to church. We went to the Episcopal church when they were little. We had a good priest, Father Keith.
Yeah.
And then when he retired and everything, we started going to different type of churches. They didn't want to go and they were never forced to go. And these kids have never strayed from God. So I don't worry about them. They don't have to belong to no church. I go to church because I get something out of church sometimes. But I wasn't getting anything out of the church last time, so I quit. So I put here, I'm going to read my one because I thought I was good. I say, I just want everyone to know, because everybody reading this stuff. Well, even my friend Mark, Joshua, even Mark from Belize, came and he was attacking them pea grabbers. And I said, I just want everyone to know that God did not put this vile man in office. Man did that with his own, man did that of his own free will. God will not remove him from office because if he were, he would have struck him down dead with a heart attack or a stroke by now. Man will have to remove him because God will not mess with free will. If we sit idly by while this non-remorseful Philistine, I don't know where that came from in my brain, rules, then we will continue to be cursed. Anyone, especially pastors, priests, who says I'm not for or against him, but I don't worry because God is in control, gets an eye roll from me, and I refuse to sit in their pew because I know they have lost their moral compass. We, man, have to be vigilant and do the legal and moral work to have this man removed and stripped of any power over us. Our decisions is what blesses or curses us. We make the decision and then act, which is sowing, and then we reap. If we sow good things come back. If we sow bad things come back. And then Seth jumped in and Mark jumped in. And then the guy came back with some other crap. I don't know what. It didn't make any sense. But pretty much he was acquiescing. So let's go back to why I'm even sitting here talking about this. First of all, I think we already explained, right, Josh, that it's not that God can't take control of the situation. It's that he refuses to because he gave us free will. He's not going to go back on that free will. So whatever you are dealing with, you have to fix the problem. That doesn't mean you can't ask God to help you fix the problem because he will take control of a situation when you give him the power to take that control. You have to give it back to him freely. It's kind of like if I take my computer to Josh and I say, here, Josh, fix the computer for him. I gave Joshua control over my computer to fix it. And then I just rip it right back from him before he even starts. I'm like, all right, so Joshua doesn't have control anymore. A lot of us do that with God. We'll give him our problems and then we'll take it right back. And then we don't have the strength to deal with it ourselves. Now, let me give you some examples. If you say that God is in control of everything like this man said, that means God controlled the gunman in Las Vegas to kill the 58 people and injure the 500 people. That means God did that. You know what I mean? If you say that God is in control of everything, then God gave control to that attacker to attack babies or women, right? I'm talking about sexual attack. If we say that God is in control, that means God gave young babies cancer. God gave my mom cancer. You know what I mean? So we can't fall into these traps to where we're rocking in a rocking chair singing Kumbaya, hoping for the Lord to come down out of heaven and fix your problem because he's not. He's not. Joshua, aren't we working every day on fixing the problems we have?
Yep, every day.
And our problems are monetary, but money problems can cause stress in a marriage. It can cause stress in your body, so you can get sick or you can, your marriage can start eroding. So we work on it every day. And when you guys reach out to me for prayer and I tell you I'm on my knees praying, I'm really on my knees praying. Ask Joshua, I got a little blue pillow next to my bed. Half the time, that's where they find me, in there praying. And when things are going great, I'm in there on my knees thanking him. So I'm always in there on my knees praying. And you don't have to get down on your knees if you have health issues. I just do that because it helps me focus. That's just my little thing that I do because it helps me focus. So I wanted to teach that lesson today because I wanted you guys to know if it's your health problem, you've got diabetes, you've got arthritis. I know Diana has arthritis, and it's something that Diana can't control because is that an autoimmune thing? That's an autoimmune thing, right? A lot of people have autoimmune problems. I think the eczema Jada has is autoimmune, but it doesn't mean that we can't change our eating. Jada knows that when she eats wrong or she starts eating a lot of the fermented foods and stuff, she's gonna have a problem with her skin. So she has to cut that out. You know, right, Josh?
Yep.
If you have diabetes, that's what we were talking about on the live yesterday. We have to cut out all the things that cause diabetes to get worse so that we can reverse it before we start going blind and losing our toes and losing our feet and also losing our kidneys and eventually dying, because that's what diabetes does. It'll shut everything down and then you'll die. So that's all I'm saying is don't sit there and rock and sing kumbaya. Just wake up, take control of the situation as best as you know how. Ask God to give you the strength to deal with whatever you're dealing with, and he will jump at the opportunity. He's just waiting. Oh, she asked me. Oh my God, she loves me. She wants me to help. You know, so because that word came to me about the uncircumcised Philistine. Well, I didn't say uncircumcised. I said non-apologetic or non-remorseful Philistine.
Crazy Walmart guy?
Yeah, the Bible talks about the uncircumcised Philistine, which is Goliath. So I wanted to get into the story of David and Goliath. All right, so y'all know the story, right? So Goliath was this big giant. I think it's in, I was looking it up earlier, 1 Samuel 17. I don't want to read the whole story because we've been sitting here for a while.
Yeah, and I need to go to the bathroom.
You need to go to the bathroom? Oh, before you go, Josh, did I tell you that the guy that played Rafiki died? Robert Guillaume.
He played some. I could have sworn I saw it on his phone that he was also like he did a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff. Robert Guillaume died at 89, and so did Fats Domino. How sad.
Fats.
I found my thrill.
Oh, okay.
On Blueberry
Wow.
Hill. He died at 89.
Oh.
It's like, wow. So if you want to read the story of David and Goliath, go to 1 Samuel, not 1 Samuel or 2 Corinthians. 1 Samuel, bye baby,
Bye everybody. Bye.
17, and read that whole chapter, and it'll tell you how this fight came about. What I want to let you guys know is that the reason that David had such confidence in fighting Goliath when everybody else was so afraid is because he had already had an encounter with a bear and an encounter with a lion. And he took them down to protect his sheep because he was, a shepherd boy. And so that's why he had the confidence to fight Goliath. And then Goliath came with all that armor and spear and all type of stuff. And David couldn't even wear the stuff that Saul wanted him to wear because he wasn't used to wearing those heavy things. And one of his brothers was mad at him because the 3 older brothers were, in Saul's army. And here was David bringing them bread and cheese and stuff to feed them when this fight was lining up and blah, blah, blah. And so David went and he took the 5 stones and he put it in his sling, and with one of the stones he took, he hit Goliath's hair, took him down, and then cut off his head with his own sword, yada yada. It says that David picked up 5 stones, and somebody was teaching this story to me one time years ago, and she says, do you know why he picked up 5 stones? So my first instinct was to say that maybe he lacked faith. Maybe he felt like he might need 4. Maybe he didn't think 1 was going to take him down. Maybe he, wanted to make sure that he was dead. It's kind of like putting 6 bullets in the gun, right? And she said, no, it's because Goliath had 4 brothers. And you can find that story right there in 2 Samuel chapter 21, and I think it's verse 22. If you want to go look it up, if you don't trust me. What I want you guys to take away from the story of David and Goliath is that you can slay any giant in your life as long as you enlist the help of God. Like I said earlier in this clip, God will take control of your situation if you give him control. He can put his supernatural with your natural, and he can help you slay any Goliath that you're facing right now, right? It doesn't matter if you're inexperienced or if you're small. God is more powerful. When Goliath was trash talking David before the fight, David told him, I come to you in the name of the Lord Almighty. So that's what I want you guys to take away from it. Just enlist God and he will fix your situation. It doesn't matter if it's your health, if it's your wealth. It doesn't matter if it's communication problems, if it's relationship problems. Whatever it is, it's not bigger than God. I told Joe I'm going to be like 45 and let y'all know how smart I am and what school I went to. I went to Catherine's Academy, okay? I'm always so proud to let people know that I did go to high school in Belize. I went to St. Catherine's Academy and then I migrated to America and I did 1 year here, the last year, 12th grade. So, and I went to a good school here too, in California. I went to a school in Florida for a few months and then I went to a school in Texas for 1 month and then I came here and I still had to do that 12th grade. So I did all of 12th grade here. And I did it at Thomas Jefferson High. But I'm just laughing because I'm watching MSNBC and this fool always feels the need to let people know that he's a smart person, that he went to an Ivy League college, and the people who voted for him are poor people that wouldn't even know what an Ivy League college is, let alone can afford to go to one, okay? So he's such an idiot. Anyways, I spend the rest of the afternoon right here on the couch sleeping. I think I know what happened. I didn't put my mouth guard in early enough last night when I fell asleep, because sometimes I'll watch Frasier and I'll fall asleep and then I wake up and I put the thing in and I already probably did the clench and mechanically all this was out of joint. But I feel good now though, so no complaints. Jose, what's up, man? You can't be singing copyrighted stuff while I'm vlogging. So this is the outcome at the end of the day. No car for Jada, but she's okay. She says, Mom, I would rather Daddy come home empty-handed without a car than for him to get a bad car that's going to need a whole bunch of repairs. So we're going to keep looking again. I don't think she'll get one tomorrow because Joe didn't see any at the auction here in town. But he did find something that he wants to bid on for us to sell. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. He has to leave again early tomorrow, but not as early as today. Today he left at about 4:45 to go all the way to Anaheim. And then tomorrow he probably can leave closer to 7 o'clock because that's right here in town. Yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm waiting for Jada to be done with her homework so that we can watch The Good Doctor. I'm really liking that show. And we want to watch This Is Us. This Is Us is kind of wearing on my nerves right now because they're taking too long to show us how the dad died. And I don't like all this stuff where they're fostering that little upstart girl, and I'm done. I'm done with cheeky kids and upstart kids and ungrateful kids. And they could just like glaze over that storyline pretty fast for me and I'll be okay. But I'm really, really liking The Good Doctor. So anyways, I think that's it for today, guys.
Yeah, Daddy, in a kimono. ¿Qué tal, papá?